Welcome everybody to the UBA tour stop here. We got interconference action. Today we have the Midlands district versus the Palmetto district. The two teams today, these are the 5 seeds in their respective districts. Our feature match for this squad is number 5 Savages versus number 5 Body Snatchers. Our team lineups for today for the Savages on scratch. We got Heather Corley, Shannon Dowie, Chris Moore. On Handicap One, you got Nick Smith, Terrence Mathis, Cameron Walker. Kevin Norton, Matthew Stout, and Daphne Smith round out the Savages lineup for today. On scratch for Body Snatchers, got Wayne Dryden, got Red Thomas, Tyrone Jacobs are on scratch. The Handicap Bowlers, Andrew Donald Walker, Darius Diener, Carlton Walker, and Danielle Curry, Josh Beck, and Chris Bearden round out the Body Snatchers lineup for today. The handicap pairs, both handicap pairs are in favor of the Body Snatchers. Handicap One, Body Snatchers getting 86 a game, Savages getting 37. So you got a 49 pin difference on Handicap One, and on Handicap Two, you're going to have 124 for the Body Snatchers versus 68 for the Savages. So that's almost 60 pins there on Handicap Two. But starting this match off, we're going to be focusing on the scratch pair. The Body Snatchers were just doing their little team huddle, and they're coming out to the lanes at the moment. Heather has already started off with a strike for the Savages. And my little brother, Shannon Dowie. Ooh, 8 pin. Yeah, that hurt. That was a good shot, though. All right, here's Wayne. See what he's got for the Body Snatchers. Got a strike. Nice shot. Very nice. Shannon with the spare. Pretty easy for him. So on paper, you look at these two teams, even on the scratch pairs, their UBA averages are pretty one-sided. Heather's a 240, Shannon's a 234, and Chris is a 232. All right, so all of those are higher than everybody else that the Body Snatchers have. This guy, Red, for example, for the Body Snatchers here on the right lane, he is a 215 bowler. Wayne, the leadoff bowler for them, has a 223 average, excuse me. And then Tyrone Jacobs, that we'll see as the F bowler, he's a 221. So the scratch advantage is definitely in favor of the Savages. But we're not bowling on paper. We're bowling on the lanes. So early open. And that's one thing the Body Snatchers can't have. They can't have a lot of opens. They're going to need to close frames because they got a lot to make up. There, 2 in a row. Nice start for Wayne. Ah, 10 pin for Tyrone. Ooh. That was a bad miss for Tyrone there on that 10 pin. You got to make sure he gets those. All right, see if Red can redeem himself here. 10 pin. Thing I'll say about this guy, Red, like you can tell he's ready to run out of shot at some point. Another strike for Heather. All right, good spare. All right. Little Dowie with a strike. All right, let's see if Spicy Chocolate here, Tyrone Jacobs, can close this frame. There you go. Good strike. Good strike for Tyrone. So this match is a tale of two teams that are kind of haven't really met the expectations of others. Another strike by Chris Moore. He's pretty damn good bowler. So perennially, the Savages are one of the top teams in their district. No matter how the things have been aligned, they've always been really good. They're just having a down year being in 5th. Now the district is kind of close standings-wise, but they gotta use this opportunity today against the Body Snatchers to get them back in the top 3 spot that their district is guaranteed for the playoffs. And on the other side, so the Savages they gotta fix their slump. Body Snatchers, they're in 5th, and they shouldn't be in 5th. You know, if you listen to everybody that's watched them bowl before and followed the team for a while, they just don't have a history of doing this well. So it's kind of a shock. This would be a huge, that's a miss for Heather right there on that 7-pin. This will be the thing that's spared by Body Snatchers. But yeah, the Savages are trying to avoid dropping further in the rankings, and Body Snatchers need to continue their climb. You know, both these districts are close, so neither team is out of the playoff run. Jaden with a strike. Yes, sir. So this will be good. This match, though, isn't going to be won on the scratch pair. This match will be won on the handicap pairs because the Body Snatchers have huge advantage on both. And you'll see it'll come down to the spare shooting. Another 10-pin leave there. Chris Moore for 3 in a row.
136
Got it.
Colin.
Chris is, I'd say, definitely one of the better bowlers on the Savages team. You know, you never really find him on a handicap pair. He's always on a scratch pair. Very solid bowler. Let's see what Wolf can do here. Another 10-pin leave. So these 10-pin leaves for the Body Snatchers so far, just slight adjustments they need to make sooner than later. Tyrone got it. Very nice. Tyrone's been bowling since the Flintstones. So he knows about adjustments. All right, Heather's got 2 strikes and an open. She would love to get back on the Mal Williams strike train. Ooh, 8-pin. Yeah, I heard this center had a lot of 8-pin leaves for lefties yesterday. We had a brawl here, and that was a issue with some of the lefties yesterday. Was that same 8-pin that Heather just left? So. All right, Red with a strike. Okay, all right. All right, and Heather covered up that 8. Good job. Now, I don't know what Tyrone was doing on that one. He threw that way too far out, and it just wasn't going to come back going out that far. He got to get to clean that up. Make sure he gets the 8-pin out, too. All right, see Shannon Dowie. Ready to walk some shots out for sure. If Shannon can help turn the if Shannon can, yeah, do it, man. Hey, he's ready for it. Yeah, so Shannon, he can help turn the Savages season around, which he's more than capable of. It's a solid team. If they can make the Battle Bowl, it'll be the third different franchise that he would have been on that Battle Bowl. So we got 3 stops left after today. So we'll see where we all shake out. Chris leaves a 10. Shannon rocking his "You Look Scared" jersey today. That 10-pin wasn't scared. A nice strike for Wolf there. I wonder if he like howls at it or anything while he's doing. I wonder where the Wolf name came from. That's the thing about these jerseys. You don't ever know. Sometimes you can tell by some of them, but you don't always know why people got the nicknames they do on the back of their jerseys. A strike for Red. It'd be more impressive if he had on some red shoes, but we're going to roll with the pink ones today. All right, back on strikes. Ooh, tripping that 2 forward. Like he does, like you know, do it like that all the time there. Good job, Chris. All right, Tyrone. Let's get a strike here and get back on this. Better cross over. Kick out this. No, 6 does not get kicked out. Strike for Wolf there. Okay. Spare by Tyrone. Hey, where's the Wolf name come from?
Lone Wolf was a nickname that my grandfather gave me because I'm part Native American and so tribal. I even got an uncle named Beaver. Isn't that cool?
I don't want to talk about the beaver one, but that's cool. But I was wondering. I was wondering about the wolf thing because I didn't know if you were going to hit us with like a wolf, like a howl or something at some point. So I just figured I'd ask. All right, Red. Okay. That's 3 in a row for Red. Heather looking for a double. 7 pin. All right, good cover by Heather. Ooh, very light. Shot by Tyrone there. Nice little bucket on the left for him to get. Chin in. 10 pin again. Good covering up that bucket. Good job, Tyrone. And got the 10 out. So Shannon's keeping it clean through 6. The Savage's scratch pair only has 1 open through 6. While the body snatchers got 3 so far. So Savages aren't ahead by as much as they probably should be. I'm gonna go tripping that 2 forward again in all that little action there. He tripping that 2 forward. When I ball, I don't ever have to worry about tripping the 2 forward. I just cross over and hit a Brooklyn every time. All right. And nice strike for Heather. Oh. Wolf with another strike. Okay. Need little brother get a strike here. Another 10 pin. You got to get this going here. You got to keep leaving these damn 10 pins. All All right, here comes Red with the pink shoes. Looking for 4 in a row, excuse me. Yeah, he's on it now. Okay. Yeah, he's the only one to leave a split so far. But he's also the only one with a 4-bagger. So. All right, Tyrone needs a strike here. 10-pin. I feel like this is just going to be the theme of this pair at this point is 10-pin, 10-pin, 10-pin. If I was a betting man, Chris will strike here. Nope, he leaves a 10-pin. So I don't know if I talked this 10-pin thing into existence or not, but it definitely wasn't intentional. And he cleared the deadwood. That's fantastic job for Tyrone. 1 for 1 on clearing deadwood. Appreciate it. Okay, so Chris has kept it clean through 6. Or through 7, excuse me. The body snatcher is going to have a chance in this game. Wolf and Red are going to need to keep it going. But up first, here we got Heather. Bad B. Nice strike for Heather. Okay, 4 in a row for Wolf. We are still in game 1. Game 1, 8 frame. Shannon. There, he got the 10 out that time. Good job. He wasn't going to miss him for long. Oh, man. He almost left the 7-10. Got the 7 out, and the messenger just stopped short of knocking the 10 out. Yeah, nice strike for Chris. That ball hit the 9 out a little late looking to me, but strike is a strike. And Chris got plenty of them. That's how you shoot the spare. Good job, Red. Now let's see if Red can be the first one to get 5 in a row. He is. Looked like that 5-7 was going to stay up for a minute, but it did not. Okay, so Tyrone forgot how to bowl. He's got a shot now. The 1-5-8-9. The 1-5-8-9. I'm not sure when the last time I saw the 1-5-8-9 was. But he spared it. All right. He knew him. Red knew that was a bad shot to start with. Got the 1, 2, 4, 5 look. Heather looking for her first turkey of the game. Ooh. 6-7 for all of you little kids at the house. It's the 6-7 leave right there. Red can cover this up. Yo, okay. Ooh, nice attempt from Heather there. Channing can still punch for 247, but he got to get this one first. Oh, no. 248 leave. Channing threw that ball like he would rather be fishing.
Spicy chocolate, everyone. Spicy chocolate. Hell yeah. Needed it.
Good spare by little brother. Chris back on. Yes, sir. All right, so Chris will be set up in the 10th to punch for a 258. And the way this shakes out, I wish the scoring system totaled that up for me. Nice. Nice strike from Heather. That's 6 in a row for Wolf, who also has a biscuit ref. What do you told me a beaver nickname too? We ain't talking about no beaver nicknames. Heather needs this one. Oh no, that went through the nose. So it's kind of how we talked about earlier. The games have to be bold, and they can't just go by paper. But this is just a down game for Heather here with her 240 average. But this is something that we haven't bowled UBA at in a long time, so I'm confident she'll get it back games 2 and games 3. I don't think Savages have anybody else in the building, honestly. So she'll definitely figure it out. between Shannon and Nick and Chris. That will help get her lined up and get her straight. But 193, game one for Heather. If my math is math, and that's 268. 268 for Wolf. Okay. Tina had a lot of speed on that one. Good adjustment there. Yeah, this is coming down to it for sure. Shannon needs this one. Put some pressure on Red. Okay, got that. Okay. So both the Savage bowlers so far are going to not get to their average. Wow, two. Well, maybe two. Maybe not now. Thought he was going to throw a better ball than that, honestly. But Red with the pink shoes, got the 2-8 to spare. All right, Shannon finishes out with a 227. A good recovery, clean game, cleaned up those 10 pins. So he'll flip her around next game for sure. All right, yeah, so. Red. All right, so Red finished with a 210. That was close to his average. Average of 215. So his wasn't terrible based on his prior UBA performance. So yeah, they are. Tyrone's gonna need all of these. Got that one. Okay. Because not only right here is Tyrone needing this to keep this game close and not hurt the team for the total. Also got to get lined up for next game. Because Body Snatchers do not have any subs available as well. Because the only other person here is Clyde, and you do not want Clyde coming in as a sub. Chris got the 258. Yes, he does. So Chris did his part. Chris was the only Savage bowler to beat their average game one. Yeah, he's gonna regret that one. He just needs something to get down the lane longer. So Tyrone finishes with the 166. So the Savages will win this scratch pair game 1. But it's definitely not as big as people would have expected. That's for sure. All right, we're going to be coming down and watching Handicap 2 here for game 2. They are finishing up their game 1. Nice, so now we got the totals down here on these scores. Now this is much appreciated. Appreciate that. So Handicap 2, the pin difference was, what's that, 50, 56. And Savages are up by over 100 in this one. So Body Snatchers are going to lose Handicap 2 by about 40 pins.
Lane 20, your order's ready, sweetheart.
All right, so 95 pin scratch victory for Savages. When you factor in handicap, that's less than 40. So it's not the Body Snatchers can't come back from for sure. We did skip covering the Handicap 1. They had a little bit of lane issues in the back on lane 19. So we are going to be covering Handicap 2 probably for this game and the next one, but we'll see where we how that all falls. Yeah, the center's getting the stuff fixed, so we have no problem with stuff happens in centers. Definitely not mad about what's going on 19. That's why you always keep a breakdown pair. Yeah, for those in the chat, yeah, I've relayed those messages to the bowlers for sure. I had a conversation with Tyrone, so hopefully he'll get his stuff straight there. So here on Handicap 2, that is Kevin Norton, Charles Norton, 210 average bowler, leading off with a strike. And this is Danielle Curry for the Body Snatchers on left lane. Has a 156 average. All right, nice spare from Danielle. All right, it's our first look at Matthew Stout for the Savages. Okay. Got the 10 out. All right. Here's Hall of Famer Daphne Smith. Looks good, little light. Got it. Good. Good job for Daphne there. Caught the end of her first game and looked like she was searching a little bit, doing some ball changes. So good to see Savages all striking there. Just get started. Oh. So this guy, Josh Beck, who is not the same Josh Beck from Nickelodeon. Josh has a 193 average. Yeah, I agree with the comment about Body Snatchers just kind of looking too serious. They're not really bowling loose. He just whiffed a 4-pin to the left. I don't know when I did that last time, but
Chris, come to the
but
front desk.
Josh Beck did that.
Come to the front desk.
This guy's jersey says he'd rather be lucky than good. Let's see if he is either. And he got a strike. So we got the Matrix glasses on there. Okay. Yeah, it's hard for the body snatchers to make noise when a couple of them got headphones on, and the only other person that's not bowling for body snatchers is Clyde. So kind of hard to have a carpet when it's only a one-man show on it, and your team doesn't have the energy going yet. All right, Norton leaving a 10-pin. Now let's see if Danielle can spare this up. No, too straight of a line. Norton got the 10-pin. All right, let's see what Guinness can do here. Didn't throw it out far enough to the right there. 3-6, 9-10 lead for him. Stout got this, and no, luck was not on his side. He needs to play that a little bit straighter than he did on that for sure. Serial killer. I did not kill that 9-pin. He left it there. I was shocked, but your ball motion into that pocket was not very good. It kind of deserved to leave a 9-pin, honestly. Daphne got a double. Very nice for her. All right, spare made. Good job to serial killer. What serial he was killing, I don't know. But they're going to need to kill some Lucky Charms at this point. Yeah, his ball speed doesn't match his motion. Honestly, if that makes sense. Okay, all right, Danielle got a strike on the left lane. So those of you trying to keep score at home, Savages didn't win the scratch pair, and they won Handicap 2 game 1. Game 1 is still finishing for Handicap 1, so we're not sure where they're at yet. Another open for the body snatchers here. Okay, there we go. The serial killer got that one. Good job there. To the Nickelodeon star. Ten pin for Mr. Norton. All right, let's see if Norton can knock out this 10 pin here. Damn it, Kevin. Matthew Stout. Guinness. Let's see what he's got going on here. Oh, lucky kick out that 10 pin. I thought he was going to leave it there for a second. Very nice. All right. Here's Daphne going for a 3 in a row. Be the first person, obviously, to get a turkey this game. And she does. Very nice. And look at Kevin coming back with this. Very nice. Nothing better than getting a strike after an open. Try to regain a little bit of confidence there. Now here's Danielle looking for a double. Six spin. Good strike for Guinness there. So Handicap One, they did finish up. Savages won that one by 90 scratch. So that's going to be about a 30, 40 pin total count. So currently 6-0 Savages after game one across all three pairs. And that's not going to get there. Hey, 4 in a row for Daphne. Ooh, really light. That ball died when it hit the pocket. 4-8 leave here for the serial killer. Nickelodeon star Josh Beck, or whatever you want to call him. I hope everybody's using the Victory Bowling scoring app to keep track of their scores today, because got a lot of 10 pins being left today, and apps like that will definitely help you realize what you need to work on when you get back to your home center. Matrix. Got a strike, okay. Oh, Lawrence there with a strike. 2 in a row for him. Danielle back up on the left lane here. 2 pin. Danielle is coming in with a 156 average. This is also probably Danielle's first time bowling in this house, and also the only lefty on this pair. And it's got the spare though. Good job. Norton for the spare. He got the spare. Okay. Body Snatchers is going to be in trouble there on this pair if Daphne and Mr. Stout don't stop striking. So Stout walks his back off after having a somebody 4 lanes over to the right walking down to handle a piece of deadwood or something. So he'll be back on her here after Mr. Lucky. Oh, no. I can't say Mr. Lucky. That's a shout out to Ray Marsh. Because Mr. Lucky is off Mr. Happy. Ray Smart, ain't nothing lucky about that, man. He's pretty damn good. So Stout's got 3 in a row. Daphne's going to come up going for that 5-backer. All right, good spare. Almost missed the strike from Daphne. I saw on the left lane, the pair to our left, somebody threw it in the gutter. Nothing like a spare gutter for that guy, but no, that's the reason why he's on the handicap here. Norton, I walked in there pretty nice. Good job from Kevin. Got a 5-pin lead here. 5-pin on lane 22. I mean, look, I leave 5 pins and cover 5 pins more than anybody. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice with the spare. You get some people back home to watch how to shoot spares like that. Especially on them 5 pins. red headband serial killer. Looking for his first double of the game. Got a hold. Nope. Crossover. No. 6-pin. The owner of the Savages, Daphne Smith, for 6 in a row. Looks good. A little high. Ooh, no. My angle on it was a good look until it broke to the pocket, and then that didn't. You see the result she got there. All right, Daphne got the 2. Smart thing to do there. Let's see what he is this time. Is he lucky or good? He is. I guess lucky it wasn't worse than a 10-pin. I think one thing that between these two teams that you're seeing that's different is you've got Nick bowling on Handicap One, but he's still talking to all 3 pairs, helping line them up, make adjustments, all that kind of stuff. And body snatchers, they need that person. They need somebody that can like help line them up and get them straight, because you know, they could use a little bit of guidance in that for sure. Well, another strike for Danielle, excuse me. All right, Norton with a double. Good job, Kevin. Here, Josh looking to strike on that left lane again, and he does. So all of his strikes have come on the left lane. He's not had any success on the right lane yet. All right, that's 5 in a row. So that's the first frame that all 3 members of Body Snatchers have struck. Savage is already up. After Daphne strikes here, going to be up 90 already. Almost 90, just on the scratch side of this. Oh. So a little bit of a bump, on the 9-pin, but not enough to knock it over. It was scored as an 8, but it doesn't matter to change it because it was not on a spare or a strike. So, oh, Norton leaving that 9-pin. Trying to copy Daphne there a little bit. See if she can go ahead and give him some pointers on how to spare this. All right, let's see if Norton can do the same thing. Nice spare by Daphne. All right. Very good spare there by Norton. Man, another 5-pin for Danielle. All right, she made the last one. Hey, at least he learned. At least he learned and got the spare. Norton's not the best spare shooter in the world. And all right, another 5-pin conversion. Okay, he's crushing it there. 6 in a row for him. Serial killer, light. Oh my goodness, what a strike that is. Daphne buried that one. All right, Chris Bearden. What's he gonna do here? I'm gonna give him a strike. I think he's gonna get a strike this time. He got a strike. The way he hops bothers me a little bit, but that's okay. He got a strike. Uh-oh, look at that. Okay, so Danielle is, barring a complete disaster in the 10th, going to get her average. That's pretty good. Norton going to get back on. No. 2-8. He did not get that pin action that the body snatchers got on that lane. But Norton can spare that up. Three in a row. All right. So the Nickelodeon star got 3 in a row. He's still trailing the bowler he's lined up beside, even though it is, obviously a team event. So body snatchers showing a little bit of life. It's just going to be a little too late for this game, I believe, especially when you got Matthew Stout here on a 6-bagger. Going to make it 7 here. Ooh, okay. He almost didn't get it come back enough. Daphne got it. Very nice. So the first 4 or 5 frames were kind of a mess for the body snatchers. And the Savage consistency is kept them where their lead is still 90. Ooh. 210 for Norton. All right. Danielle going to get us another one. She's not struck on the right lane. She's left a lot of 5 pins, though. That's got to slow down. She threw that like she was mad at that. That was much better. 162. So Danielle got her average though, so you gotta give Danielle credit for that. 182 for Norton though was he averages 210, so he gave some pins back there for sure. Ooh. Yeah, as a 9-pin leave, he honestly surprised he didn't leave something with it because it wasn't his best shot that he's thrown so far. But he definitely over-averaged. Serial killer, needs a strike. Got it, okay. So they're not out of this game yet. Stout needs to pick this up, though. All right, good spare there. For those trying to keep up with this match at home, Savages are going to win scratch game 2. Scratch pair game 2. It's going to go to the Savages. Not by as much as it probably should be, but they're going to win that game 2 there. Now remember here on 2. It's a 56 pin difference. All right, so Daphne just needs a mark, I believe, to make sure that Savages win game 2. Buried that strike. So Body Snatchers are gonna win, are gonna lose game 2 here on Handicap 2. But it's not gonna be by a huge amount either. Nah. Well, so yeah, it's gonna be definitely game 2. So across the board, it's all Savages. Scratch pair, they won both first 2 games. Handicap 2, they won first 2 games. Handicap 1 is 4 frames behind, and Savages won that one too. So 10-0 on what's on the board so far. All right, so while we're waiting on the Handicap 1 to finish their second game, we're going to follow back along here with the scratch pair. Little Dowie with the strike. Hey, Chris Moore with another strike.
Hey, Taro. Hey.
You know, so if you picked it up, I was talking to little brother there. The Savages got a good chance of 40-0 in this thing right here. Even where they're bowling bad, where the Savages are bowling bad, the Body Snatchers are bowling worse. And where the Body Snatchers are bowling good, the Savages are bowling better. So, Body Snatchers need to get it together. Today there's 8 matches, interconference matches between Midlands and Palmetto. Midlands usually dominates the series, and yeah, so this looks like it's going to be one in the column for Palmetto. All right, red with the pink shoes. Get there. Yes, sir. Heather for a double. 8-pin. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. And covered from Heather. Good job. So Chan is still leaving 10 pins on everything, but he's still covering them. Yes, he is. And a 10 pin from Chris. Okay. So we're just all just leaving 8s and 10s. Like Chris a little bit saying we need to be getting strikes. And Heather said she's going to get them back on track, which on this lane she probably will. Oh, no, she did worse. 7-10. Yeah, that hurt. And Chris spared again. That's what Chris usually does, strike or spare, and he spared that one. Yeah, they're just going for the 7-pin. No, the guy's got to come off. Ah, now he leaves a 7-pin on the right lane. Dowie buried it. Good job. Nice shot. All right, good spare there. So body snatch is still clean here in game 3. Only open Heather left that 7-10, but wasn't the worst shot she's thrown by far. A two. Chris almost left the 2-8, and 8 kicked out, and almost had something coming to knock the 2 out. frying pan for red in the pink shoes. See what red can do here. You get the spare. Yeah, red knew that wasn't gonna come back. Six-pin lead for Wolf there on 17. See if Tyrone got his ability to get a third strike here. First game, I don't know if he had 3 strikes when we were live for that game. So this might be his first game with 3. Let alone 3 in a row. Oh, get there. Is it gonna go? Yeah, he's slow rolling it now. Looking good. Took a minute for the lanes to break down and for that ability. So spare shooting. Where the body snatchers having a chance to jump on them again on this scratch pair. You know, missing spares again. So handicap 1 for this match is going to go. Game 2 is going to go to Savages. So they were going to be up 12-0. He back on it there. Okay, good job, Red. Got a blackout on 18 that Heather's patiently waiting for. Yeah, count is all Savages right now. They are won every game and are up. I want to say they won each game by about 40, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Body Snatchers makes half these spares. It's a different contest. Savages got a lot of higher average bowlers on all 3 pairs. And so when they're not able to string a lot, you got to jump on that and you got to make your spares. But they haven't been able to. So we'll see if they can squeak out some points here. Another split from Heather. Heather got the 2. Important thing to do. So Tyrone cannot get 4 in a row here. But let's see if he can spare this 10 pin. Hold. And if you caught the word he was mouthing, he was saying fun. How fun it is to leave the 10 pin. All right, Chris, back on it. Let's see what we can do. He needs a strike here. Because Savages are trailing here early in game 3. All right, Heather's had 2 splits in a row. Looks good. There you go. Heather doing what lefties are supposed to do and strike. That looked very nice there. Good job to Heather. She wasn't going to be off of it long. Oh, my. 2, 8, 10. Strike here is going to put them back in the lead. Ooh. So he almost had the same outcome as Wolf, but he only left the 2 pin, so. All right, we're going to break away from this scratch action. And we're going to give some love to Handicap One, where we got Nick Smith starting it off. Buried it with a strike. Good job there for Nick. A nice spare from Let's Freaking Go. Terrence also struck for Savages on lane 19 a moment ago. Cam for strike. Yes, sir. Another 5 count. So back-to-back 5 counts for the body snatchers here. I don't think they understand what game we're supposed to be playing. Five spare. All right. So if it's a 5 spare competition, body snatchers, I like them. They're pretty good there. But it's not a 5 spare competition. But luckily for them, it was the first frame, so it didn't hurt them too bad. But they're going to be chasing pins again early here. And they got to hope the Savages want to throw them a bone and give them a game. right, let's freaking go. Working on a 5 spare. Oh my goodness, 7. So single pins are not the. Oh, okay. I was about to say they're multi-pin spares. The body snatchers got those, but that was a miss there. All right, this guy's name is Mr. Mediocre. And he showed that in the first frame with a 5 count. Hopefully he's a little bit better than mediocre this time. 7 count. Terrence left the 2-8. Mr. Mediocre, is he going to spare? No, no. Hopefully the Yankees do better this season than Mr. Mediocre just did. Let's see if a Waymaker can throw a haymaker here. To close out the second frame for the body snatchers. No, left the 2-pin. All right, body snatchers definitely need a spare here. And they got it. All right. All right. So Cam doubled. Nick already doubled. Let's see if Nick can get a turkey here. Peeking at his last game from the scratch spare, he had a couple bad frames there. So I don't know if he ball changed or anything like that, but this is the game that matters. This is a game that matters here. And for 3 in a row, I look good. Oh, no. Yeah, 5 count. So maybe, hopefully that don't mean Nick's auditioning to be on the 5 spare plan that the body snatchers have. It's better than an insurance plan, I bet. Yep. Yeah, so you know, hear conversations in the background for people to remember. If you got deadwood, you need to get it cleared, because if you throw a ball and it touches the deadwood in any way, it's a dead ball. So it don't matter if it hooks back, whatever, and spares up. It don't matter. Like, it's dead. So it's a 0. It's a or a miss. Not. But you got to make sure that you get those cleared. Because this center is leaving a lot of deadwood for sure. Yep. All right. So yeah, Nick missed his spare, but Terrence spared in the third. So let's go see what Cam can get back and get another strike here. Definitely needs a turkey. All right. Cam for 3. Tempin. Yeah. So hopefully that miss on to the left of Cam does not impact his shot at the 10-pin. All right, and that would have taken out the 7-pin too. So one of the things, if you throw it with power here, it's definitely going to help. Let's freaking go, looking for a double. No, 2-4-5. Woo! I don't know if you saw that messenger on to the left there that went flying. That thing was going about 80 miles an hour. All right, it's the 2-4-5 spared. No. Got it, covered a 5-pin with the ball. So Nick got an 8-pin to clean up here. Come on, get a strike, Mr. Mediocre. No. With as many spare opportunities as everybody is having, you know, tracking this information would be very important. You know, getting an app like Victory Bowling software would be really nice to have. You know, to help make some of these handicap bowlers a little bit better, and it's good tracking method for the scratch bowlers. Now, I don't know if it's going to help a 710 there. But Terrence decided to leave there, but it would definitely track it. So yeah, they're doing a. You kind of see the look of the feet in Waymaker's expression. It's a lowly feeling when you just kind of feel like you can't get nothing going. Now Terrence did just send that 10 pin back up about 20 feet, so that's impressive. Nick had an early double on a 5 count, 9 spare. Another strike. Ooh. Looked like it just a little slow. Need a little bit more speed, I think, on some of these shots. And I think the body snatcher just playing everything too straight. Nick for the spare. Got it. So, okay, we're going to switch over. The scratch pair is in the 10th frame. This is about the last chance the Savages are going to, the body snatchers are going to have on getting any points at this stop. It's definitely the closest one so far. Wolf got up there and threw his before Tyrone even did. I think he's just ready to get out of here at this point. Tyrone couldn't get that one to fall, leave the 4-pin. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a yeah. Definitely gonna be a oh my God, Tyrone missing single pins. Wolf leaving. Yeah, it's just wow. Oh my goodness! Didn't even throw that in the right direction there. So Savages got the. They're whirling on 2 doubles. So barring something crazy from something from Heather and Shannon here, they should be okay. But Red's going to give it a run here and see if he can put some kind of pressure on them. 2-4-5 again. So the mechanic on 19 and 20, a little bit distracting for Heather, which I could understand why. But I think Red's going to get up. It's not going to bother him. He's going to get up and throw with this 2-4-5. Hopefully he does not chop it. He did not. Very good. So Red finished with a 190. So we got 180, 190. Heather throwing it pretty good. Heather's going to finish, strikes here. She'll finish with a 203. Good back half of the game for her. Got 5 in a row, could finish with 6 if she. Let's see if Tyrone can get up here and throw a couple good shots. Just to go out a little bit respectable here. Oh, 9-pin. That's nice. So I've not got updates for the rest of the stop, but Palmetto is definitely going to be up 1-0 after this victory here. This is the 5 versus 5 match, and it's interconference matchup. All right, Tyrone gets one more ball. He's so excited. My goodness. So that should have been a 7-10. That pin did its work and took out everything. So very, very nice from little Dowie there. Trying to be, I believe he ended up being the first person in the Southeast and the Deep South at the same time, I guess, to go to battle ball on 3 different teams. Now, Savages still got a little ways to go, but this big win today is definitely going to help. Look at tripping fours. Ooh, 9-pin, he could stay there. And so Chris could punch this out for a 205. Savages swept 10-0 on scratch. 10-0 on scratch. And it looks like they're on their way to 40-0 in this stop. It's going to take a miracle, I think, on Handicap One for that to not be the case. All right, so we're not even going to bother watching Chris fill out this, finish this 10th. We're going to go Handicap One. And we're going to watch Terrence looking for a turkey. 10 pin, flat 10. And Mr. Mediocre threw a very mediocre shot there. We didn't get that man in New Jersey. Making mediocre people look bad.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Terrence shooting at this 10 pin. Okay. All right, so now the camera is going to catch up to me. Yeah, so Handicap One's got 3 frames left. Handicap Two also swept. So Savages are on the cusp of 40-0 in the body snatches. Cam didn't throw that out far enough. So you see a little bit there that even doing a little coaching, even though they're in a really good spot here to win this game too. Nick's still coaching up his team. That's the thing that a lot of teams out there could learn from is, you know, kind of like in football and stuff, and you play through the whistle. And Nick is coaching up through the whistle, so it's very good to see, and something that others need to learn from. You know, keep communicating, keep talking, and you'll be a much better team. For even Nick not having his greatest game, 114 in the 7th, still taking time to work with others is pretty good. See if you can get a strike here. Oh no, almost left the 6-7. 7 fell out. Disappointment to all the kids out there. He just got the 6 pin. All right, let's freaking go. Not going anywhere with that one. Yeah. And that's rough for him. I hate that for him. So look, Nick, coaching Cam up here. All right, Mr. Mediocre. Let's see what you can do here. Please get a strike. That's 10 pin. Oh, almost left the 4-6. Good 9. So I'm not sure if the UBA has ever live streamed a 40-0 match before, but this is definitely going to be one of them, barring a lightning strike or a storm of some kind. Speaking of Storm, we always appreciate Storm's sponsorship. You see Storm on the back of most of these jerseys. All right, let's freaking go. Oh, got a strike. Oh, goodness. Look out. Look out. All right, so scratch-wise, you got about a 50 pin lead for Savages. And I believe they only needed 40. Okay, they're trying to fight. They're fighting for it here. Nick could use a strike here. Oh, that went high. Oh, no, not a split. Oh, this pair has been brutal. So the body snatchers all struck in the 9th. Body snatchers all struck in the 9th. So we might be oh, and damn, Nick almost gave that 6-7-10 a run for it. Good throw at it for sure. Let's see, it's 49. Yeah, so body snatchers get 49 pins on this pair. Excuse me. So this 40-0 is not complete. Savages need to win the scratch by 50. Terrence. Oh my. The way that 7-pin fell, that was kind of crazy. So yeah, this is that's another reason why it's important to keep the coaching going, because it's with all of the with all the body snatchers striking in the 9th, they can make up some ground here and only lose by 38-2. That big shot from Mr. Walker. Shot him. Get there. Damn, 9-pin. That was not a bad shot. Not a bad shot at all. Oh, you didn't need that split over there. Nick's not gonna miss a 9-pin. But he did miss a 5-pin in a uncapped tag match one time, many moons ago. But he's gonna take care of this 9-pin. Or is he gonna make me a liar? Okay, he's not gonna make me a liar. I appreciate that, Nick. This guy goes slow roll it, get the 2. Okay. At least he got the 2. He just threw it too slow to really get anything and come back out the back. Throwing the ball slow here does not help your pin action. All right, good finish for Nick. Oh. All right. Mr. Mediocre needs to not be mediocre for 3 more shots. He leaves a big 4. My goodness. Damn. They try to give you a game, and you guys just won't take it. 10th frame, T. 10th frame, T. So the Body Snatchers had an opportunity going into the 10th. All had strikes in the 9th, and if the first 2 have split in the 10th, neither one converted. Terrence's first ball in the 10th already sealed the deal. The Body Snatchers, whatever point total they had in the standings when they got here is the same they're going to leave with. Savages handling business and going to walk out of here with a 40-0 win. 40-0 win. So this has been a very impressive outing by the Savages. Body Snatchers had this ton of momentum in the district and were talked about even as a possible playoff team. But today, laying an egg like this is something that's going to be tough to come back from. Yeah, 40 is a great number. 40 is a great number. You heard Nick there in the background, like, yeah, he's 40-0 was definitely something that the Body Snatchers did not need to happen to them, but it's definitely a very huge positive for the Savages because
Savages, you heard the man?
Because they definitely, this was the 5-5 matchup, and this is going to put them in a great spot for their last 3 tour stops as well. We're going to do our job. You will not commentate a 40-0 match. Not a 40-0 match, I promise. Well, okay, well, if it's that way, I got you on that one. We'll do our best. Yeah.
Nick and Cam held me up all day.
Yep. But, yeah, so definitely the first tour stop here at Southgate Lanes in Florence, South Carolina in a long time. Had some nice little action here, the interconference work. Yeah, this is a good stop for the Savages. We'll have the rest of the results posted later today, but check back with us about 30 minutes to an hour. Nick is going to be trading spots. I mean, he's going to be on the mic as the 1-versus-1 match takes place with Complete Anarchy as the 1 seed out of the Midlands taking on the 1 seed in Palmetto. So we'll see how this all goes, but it's been crazy. So for me and Anthony, we wish all of you the best. Nick will be back on in about an hour, so stay tuned. Talk to y'all again later.